With food at the grocery store being pumped full of additives and preservatives, can it really be called food? Health and wellness is plummeting at an all-time high, while we are being told we live in the most advanced health era in history. We are plagued with digestive issues because we feed our guts with highly processed chemicals. We are becoming more and more overweight and diabetic. People struggle with fatigue and depression, and it is somehow widely accepted that this is the normal part of everyday life. Additives and preservatives are used not only to prolong the shelf life of particular foods, but also to help a product look better, taste better, improve its color and consistency. Take a look at the label on almost anything in a grocery store, and you will see all sorts of additives. You probably don't know what half of them are and may not even be able to pronounce their names. If I took these additives and preservatives and had them as a powder form on a spoon and then told you to swallow it without knowing what it was, I am willing to bet you would not consume it without asking a lot of questions. Yet we eat multiple spoonfuls of these products every single day. Chronic diseases such as prediabetes, cancer, heart disease, arthritis, asthma, Alzheimer's, epilepsy, hypothyroidism, and multiple sclerosis are being seen more and more. And with this, you would think people would put 2 plus 2 together and figure out that this wasn't seen a couple of hundred years ago when there was not processed foods with preservatives and all the additive chemicals. It's fairly a new thing. When you eat these types of non-natural foods, your food subtracts from your health rather than adding to it. The benefit of the food you are eating is negated by the effect of the chemicals it contains. Reading the labels on foods is not only confusing, but also time-consuming. Some of the food additives that you must avoid is monosodium glutamate, also known as MSG, artificial sweeteners, partially hydrogenated oils, also known as trans fats, sodium nitrite, potassium bromate, BHA and BHT, food dyes, aspartame, and high fructose corn syrup. Basically, what it all comes down to is if it comes in a package or a can, it is best not to even bring it home from the grocery store. And to be honest, vegetables and fruits from the grocery store isn't really that great either. Did you know that according to the Environmental Working Group, more than 70% of fresh produce sold in the U.S. will test positive for potentially harmful pesticides? And that's even after being washed and peeled. The foods that contain the highest amounts of pesticides in grocery stores are strawberries, spinach, kale, collards, mustard greens, nectarines, apples, grapes, bell peppers, hot peppers, cherries, peaches, pears, celery, and tomatoes. This is yet another reason why becoming a homesteader, growing your own food, and living off your land and animals is important for your health. You can be completely 100% in control of your health by growing your food, storing your food, and preparing your own food. When you first begin gardening, it can be challenging. You need to educate yourself on soil, plants, growing zones, watering, etc. It's a lot at first, but with practice, it does become easier. After a couple of seasons of planting and growing, you will get the hang of it. Every season that I have a garden, I learn new things, and the garden gets better each year. Then you can branch off into ways of preserving what you have spent time growing. And when I mean preserving naturally, without additives or chemicals. Start your journey today to reclaim your health. Don't rely on grocery stores to give you what you need for your health, because it just isn't there. In order to have good health, you must take charge and grow or raise your own food to make sure you aren't getting those harmful additive chemicals. Eating a diet of whole food without being processed will ensure your best health. SHTF Survival Homestead Teaching Farm thanks you for watching this video. Please continue to help us help you by liking, sharing, and subscribing.